To start setting up example 4, we see that we have a repeated linear factor in the denominator. We have that x plus 1 squared. So we're going to get an a over x plus 1, and then a b over x plus 1 squared. For our x minus 2, that just shows up one time, so we'll simply have a c over x minus 2. Now I'm going to go through and multiply everything in this equation by the denominator on the left-hand side of the equation. So that denominator is going to completely cancel out on the left side. When I get to the a term, one of the x plus 1's will cancel, one will stay. The x minus 2 will not cancel. When we get to the b term, the x plus 1 squareds will cancel, and will just leave us with b times x minus 2. And then for the c term, the x minus 2 will cancel, and we'll be left with x plus 1 squared. So now I'm going to go in and start doing some expanding to simplify this. We have x squared minus x minus 2. I'm foiling that out. I'm going to go ahead and distribute this bx minus 2b. And then I'm also going to expand that x plus 1 squared to give me x squared plus 2x plus 1. I'm going to distribute the ax squared minus ax minus 2a plus bx minus 2b. And then I'm going to distribute the c, cx squared plus 2cx plus c. At this point, I'm going to begin to rearrange my terms so that all my x squared terms are together and my x terms are together and so on and so forth. So I have an ax squared plus cx squared. Those are my two x squared terms. And then for my a's, or for my x's rather, I have a negative ax, a positive bx, and a positive 2cx. Those are all the terms that had x's in them. And then for the terms that have no variable, there's a negative 2a, a negative 2b, and a c. So now we are going to start grouping things together so we can start seeing coefficients. So I still have my negative 5x plus 1 on the left side. For my x squared terms, I'm left with an a plus c. When you pull an x squared out of those first two terms, I'm going to pull an x out of the next set of terms. It'll leave me with a negative a plus b plus 2c. Just write the x on the outside of the parentheses of all those terms that had the x with it. And then I'm just going to bring down all my constants. Negative 2a, negative 2b, positive c. So now let's start equating coefficients. This is the coefficient to x squared on the right side, a plus c. Well, there is no x squared on the left side, so it's 0. So I have that 0 is equal to a plus c. For my x terms, I have a negative 5 here, and then I have all of this stuff here. So negative 5 is equal to negative a plus b plus 2c. And then for my constant term, I have 1 is equal to negative 2a minus 2b plus c. Okay, so let us start to simplify these systems. We have 3 unknown variables, but the first equation will make it a lot simpler, because if 0 is equal to a plus c, move either one of those to the other side of the equation. Just see that a is equal to negative c. So if a is equal to negative c, I'm going to go in and, you know what? I think I'm just going to write it like c is equal to negative a. It doesn't matter how you do it, but I'm just going to write it as c is equal to negative a. And I'm going to go into the purple and the pink equation, and I'm going to change c to negative a. So what I'm doing is I'm already getting rid of some of these variables. So the purple equation now becomes negative 5 equals negative a plus b plus, instead of writing 2c, I'm replacing c with negative a, so it's going to be minus 2a. And then we can combine like terms in that equation to get negative 5 is equal to negative 3a plus b. And then for the pink equation, I'm going to come in and replace the c with negative a. So instead of plus c at the end, I'll have minus a at the end. And then I can combine like terms to give me a negative 3a minus 2b. Now with the new purple and pink equation, they're almost set up perfectly for the addition method, but I don't have opposite signs with the a's. I have a negative 3a and a negative 3a. So I'm going to multiply the first one by negative 1. So this will turn into a positive 5 is 3a minus b. And then the second one will say 1 equals negative 3a minus 2b. And now we can add these equations. So we get 6 equals, a is eliminated at this point, and negative b minus 2b is a negative 3b. So now I can divide both sides by negative 3 to see that b is equal to negative 2. If b is negative 2, let's go plug that in right here to find what a is. Negative 2 times negative 2 would be a positive 4. I just plugged in that b. Now I'm going to subtract that 4 over to the other side of the equation to get negative 3 is negative 3a. And then I can divide both sides by negative 3 to see that a is a positive 1. And if a is positive 1, we already knew that c is negative a, so c is a negative 1. So now that we have a, b, and c, we can go plug them in up here. So a is 1, this is 1 over x plus 1. b is negative 2, so this is negative 2 over x plus 1 squared. c is negative 1, so this is negative 1 over x minus 2. And there is our partial fraction decomposition.